Hello, everyone. On this episode of Tipple Theory, we're going to be talking about the Collins family of cocktails.
Tipple theory is the exploration of history and practice of creating alcohol around the world. On this show, we'll share some of the history of how your favorite beverages came to be, as well as techniques professional bartenders use to elevate your poison of choice into an experience worth savoring.
Hello, and welcome to Tipple Theory with your VSOP hosts. My name is Sean.
I'm September.
And before we get into it, please make sure to visit tippletheory.com to find other episodes and ways that you can support us, like joining our Patreon or our Discord.
Do it now.
Yes, do it now. So we're going to be talking about the Collins family of drinks. But before we get into it, September, what's been going on with you?
I have a new thing I can do now. I
Interesting.
made lip balm. Yeah, I've bought it from in the past from friends, so and I had most of the stuff in the house because I made a salve, a couple years ago and stuff, and similar. And I'm going to the Nerdtacular next week. Well, not from when you're hearing this. It was June. But I was like, and people are giving stuff away and hiding cute little 3D printed frogs around and challenge coins and I was gonna make perfume, like stick perfume, but I changed my mind at the last minute and went with lip balm, and it was not super hard, which is awesome, and it just I got a little kit that you can put all your little tubes in, and you pour your concoction, and it's got a spatula to scrape it off the top, and they came out like first try really good. I got recipes off the internet, and there's different proportions of stuff you can put in, and there's a million choices because basically it's some beeswax and some kind of carrier oil and like a cocoa butter or shea butter or something else is the general consensus of the three things you should use. Some fewer, but I was trying to avoid coconut because I know some people have allergies to it. Um, I am using a coconut flavor in one of them, but that's different. The flavoring doesn't actually have coconut. It's like food safe flavoring that I got to put in them. And I found, and so I was just weighing, all my stuff and then mixing it up. The only advice I have is if you decide to do this, pay attention to weigh your ingredients, because like to 3 ounces of beeswax pellets, right, is wildly different than 3 ounces of shea butter or 3 ounces of like a liquid oil. I did equal parts of each and then just let a little bit cool to see if it was the right texture, to see if I needed to adjust anything. And doing it in thirds for each thing came out perfectly, texture wise. But most of a 16-ounce fluid ounce thing of grapeseed oil was used, even though I only used I don't remember, however much I used was way less. So I was like, okay, in this case, you want weight, because fluid ounces and solid ounces are very different. And the shea butter is like a butter, and then the beeswax is little pellets, so you've got air in there, So it's you got to be careful to use weight and not like a volume measurement, and it'll come out great. And then I got food safe flavors that I'll probably be doing all kinds of experiments with. Because I tried to infuse some herbs from my garden and it was not working out well. I kind of wasted some grapeseed oil by trying to infuse some lemon balm, and it came out not lemon balmy, kind of cooked it, which, as gentle as I did it, I was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get some food flavoring and shortcut this shit. Because because I'm making a lot. I'm going to be giving them away at Nerdtacular. I thought I ordered 100 tubes. I only ordered 50, but I made 50 of the what I'm calling froggy kisses so far with green tea and honey. They have beeswax, grapeseed oil, and shea butter. The shea butter is really nice. I'm really glad I used it over cocoa butter. I didn't want it to interfere with my flavor. I didn't want coconut for sensitivity, but I didn't realize shea butter is naturally a sunscreen.
Oh.
Because I really wanted to add sunscreen, but the only sunscreen I have is from lotion products I make, and it's technically a powder. And I was like, that's going to be weird in a lip balm, right?
Yeah.
But shea butter is apparently also a sunscreen. So yay! Make another one later today. It's gonna be what I say? Oh, lychee and coconut is my plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited. And Sean and I have been brainstorming a drink to complement that. So I'll have 50 of each of these lip balms as it stands right now. I'll have 100 to take with me and give away to random attendees. There's like 400 to 600 people coming, so it's not enough. But I can probably talk to 100 people because I got a big mouth. And I'm giving away free stuff.
Right. And yeah, and chapstick to pair with the big mouth
Like, do you want one of these?
or lip balm. Sorry.
You want one of these? Do you want one of these? Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Oh gosh, school's out as of this recording, and I guess will still be when this airs. 'Cause it takes a couple weeks. So I set up a kids kind of club camp at my work, my day job. Uh,
Oh, cool.
and we got a lot of feedback last year, and we kind of had this whole thing of like, look, some people were not necessarily annoyed, but kids were loud, or random kids would come up to people and ask for a hug, or not ask for a hug and just hug someone, and then you have an adult male going, "There's a child hugging me. I don't feel comfortable." So we came up with kind of like a unofficial rule sheet because we didn't want to get management involved, even though I am technically management. I'm like, look, guys, I need this because summer school is expensive. So let's all figure out a way that we can bring our kids in and not upset anyone enough that, yeah, our management does have to be involved. So that's been working out. Gets a bit much quieter. Still kind of fun. I loaded one of my filing cabinets with snacks and drinks for the kids. And
Nice.
I'm like, look, don't raid the employee room. I've got you covered. Just come over here, grab what you need. Don't go crazy, but yeah. So that's been fun. I was also doing a tiny bit of research, and uh, every once in a while I just kind of Google like what's going on in the alcohol industry or something along those lines. And I come across a fun fact: there's roughly 18 million barrels of whiskey that is overstocked. Or sorry, not 18, 16.
16. Yeah.
And it's essentially just because of the uh, trade tariffs and people not really liking the
Oh.
U.S. in general.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
like I remember Canada just took all the
right.
American whiskey off the shelf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think from previous seasons we've talked about. I think when might have been the season of whiskey when we talked about like the largest consumers of whiskey in the world, China. So you guys, I don't know if you know who we pissed off recently. It's China, and they're not down with drinking as much of American whiskey as they were. And then locally, of course, we have generationally alcohol consumption is going down. So
Right, right.
younger people aren't drinking as much as my generation, which is good because holy crap, you guys, we kind of partied a lot. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, so there's a lot of extra whiskey in storage right now, which is there's part of me is like, oh, that's cool, because that means like in another like 4 or 5 years we're gonna get some really good, really cheap whiskey. But
Hopefully.
they're also laying off a ton of people in the industry, and that's
Mm,
not like a huge employment industry in general. So to see a bunch of those people losing jobs, this could lead to more supply issues than my little imagination was hoping would be the reverse of that or inverse of that. So that's happening. one way or the other. We have a lot of extra whiskey right now. Collins drinks.
We'll take it.
Right.
They can send it to us. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we could start some sort of charity or challenge. Like, how many ways can we use this? I think we should fill a hot tub with whiskey. Just see what happens.
Ow! Oh God! No! No!
Yeah, it might hurt some bits.
I see infections happening. No.
Oh, shouldn't be no,
Uh,
with proof of that whiskey.
eh.
We could get a kid's pool and fill it and make the world's largest old fashioned.
It's medicinal. It's we'll make infusions of all sorts.
Right, it'll make me feel better.
Right? In this economy?
Oh man, yeah. Honestly, I am now. My brain is stuck on a kiddie pool sized old fashioned. I think that would be just delightful.
Would you drink it though?
No, probably. Well, I mean, if I could use a new pool, and before any feet got into it, I would probably like get a straw and take a sip.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just be like,
That's what I was thinking.
delicious.
Like a whole bunch of straws, people, gather around. But
Be a good party.
I don't want to drink it through a straw.
I mean, that's the thing is you could bob for cherries.
There you go. Solved it.
Or candy apples. Like maybe in that case, it would be a little more
Do
appropriate.
candy apples float?
That's going to be an interesting Google search. Do candy apples float?
I guess they would.
Yes, candy apple. Well, okay, that's AI. Screw that. We're going to scroll down. Don't you? Damn you.
I mean, they didn't eat the devil fruit, so I guess they'd still float. It depends on the density of the candy.
Yeah, I mean,
Because apples do, right? But
right, yeah, apples float from getting bubble. Oh, interesting.
I've been watching One Piece. Sorry. I was arguing with my son. Like, I know it's a cartoon, but come on with the physics. He blows up like a balloon. That should overcome the curse. No.
Well, a lot of this just turns into how to make candy apples. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's okay.
Google searches have gotten less and less accurate in the last
Yeah,
18
it's really
months.
not the best use case. Yeah, it's not great.
And so this will be something else to talk about in a future episode of just like, what have you been up to? I'm like, I've been trying out different search engines. Because this is bananas. All right, I'm going to switch back to my notes for the episode.
Okay.
So, Collins drinks. I suggested this as a topic, and I got a little borked in doing my research, but I thought this was important as a topic just because it's an old category of drinks. So it's one of those like people will talk about, or we've talked about like the family of Long Island iced tea drinks and how there's different ones. Or when people riff on old fashions, old fashioned is even technically like a category, and there's like sub drinks like a Sazerac fits
Right.
in there.
And
So
what was the one? Daisy.
the Daisy, yes, for the margaritas,
Yeah, that I
essentially.
didn't even know was a thing, and it's a whole family.
Yeah, and what I like about all of those and Collins family of drinks included is they're kind of among like the originators. Like we really only start to get mixed cocktail drinks in the mid late 1800s. Before that, it was mostly people just drinking things straight, maybe like one additive, just to be like, oh yeah, could use some lemon juice or this could use something. But so this is more of a composed cocktail, but in the early stages, and this is when you get variation on a theme, which bartenders love to do. I'm like, well, let me put my own twist on this, or maybe I'll put whatever in there instead of another thing. So the Collins family of drinks involves a base spirit, lemon juice, sugar, and soda water. A lot of people will also use simple syrup instead of just sugar in there nowadays. It's oh,
Yep.
you're making a face.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Fizzy lemonade.
Physically, yeah, really. That is
I love sparkling lemonade.
Yeah, you're getting sparkling lemonade with a shot of gin,
Yeah.
which would be the Tom Collins. Sorry. So that's kind of from what I could find, and from what I at least know practice wise, is like the first one was the gin based Collins or the Tom Collins, uh, reportedly named so because it used Old Tom gin. Now the base story that you will find
This is,
for the
can we
origin.
remind people that Old Tom, it does matter that it's a London Dry
Mm,
because it's more juniper forward than other gins.
right,
So even though the guy who made supposedly made it, right?
right. John Collins,
John
supposedly.
Collins, right.
Right. Uh, right. So yeah, Old Tom Gin, the high juniper, which is also important because you need to stand out against the lemon and the sweetness. It's it's intentional, y'all. So there's a place called Limmer's Hotel in London in the 1860s. That's supposedly where John Collins made up this drink. But if you go past that Google summary in your search, you will find maybe other stories and maybe other versions, and it's another one of those. It's a little tricky, and I know I saw your note, and you have, I think, one of the better anecdotes is for where this was coming from. So I will move to my reference, which I now have a visual aid if people are watching the video of this. If not, you
Aha.
can't see that I'm holding up a book. But
Hmm.
the first Collins cocktail recipe was published in Jerry Thomas's Bartender's Guide in 1876. So that kind of fitting again into that mid late 1800s for cocktails. So uh, I tried to get to the page where it was on, but it's actually rather hard to navigate on its own because you're like, wait, so is it under? Well, Collins isn't listed, so is it under gin drinks? Which section of gin drinks? Because they're all kind of spattered. So I'll find it later.
Yeah, I found so much. I did find some other arguing that people thought it originated like with the hoax, which is a little odd. Um, and then there's the whole John Collins thing that you mentioned, where this head waiter, right,
Hmm.
um, invented it. But there's like really interesting stuff I'll get to later about. I'm not sure he actually existed because there's poetry with his name in it. But the funny thing with the hoax, and a lot of people believe that, this is the origin story of the drink, is that in 1874, it was a big deal. It was like in newspapers and everything. Um, in the in the US, um, people started saying, "Hey, have you seen Tom Collins?" And the listener would be like, "I don't know a Tom Collins." It's like, really? Because Tom Collins was talking about you, and he was over at that bar, and it would cause the listener to head off and find this Tom Collins. So they go to the bar and they ask the bartender, like, "Hey, have you seen Tom Collins?" And like some bartender basically caught on to this hoax and named a drink Tom Collins. Um, so anyone came rushing in seeking revenge and asking for Tom Collins, he'd unknowingly have ordered a gin drink instead.
Which would make you feel better.
Yeah. I found information that John Collins was traditionally made with Jenever, the Dutch gin,
Mm.
even before the Old Tom, another juniper forward situation. Um, but sometimes the John Collins was referred to as a whiskey based variation. So there's a whole lot of Collinses. Uh, down to the Collins family, the vodka Collins. I've heard people order those. Uh,
Mhm.
Rum Collins. So vodka Collins is Joe Collins. Rum Collins is Pedro Collins. Colonel Collins with bourbon. Sandy or Jock Collins with scotch. Jose or Pepito Collins with tequila. I know, it's like, so it's a little racist.
Yeah.
Uh, Michael Collins with Irish whiskey. Pierre Collins with brandy or cognac. Um, and it seems to be people relate it to earlier gin punches like Garrick, which is another. Was it actually invented there? Because the Garrick was a hotel, and there was a punch with the same ingredient, like a gin lemon sparkly punch that was the Garrick that started
Mm.
being made other places.
I do like that it lines up that the Irish whiskey variation is a Michael Collins, because he was in the Irish army. I can't remember what his rank was, but yeah, there was like an Irish Michael Collins. so, so yay! I'm glad that there's an actual Irish whiskey variation of the drink with his name on it.
For me, gin it seems like the best choice here. I could see vodka Collins, um, but I'm not really interested in sparkling lemonade with any of the rest of these. Well, no, I want no the
Tequila would work.
tequila would work, but
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, if a mint julep works, then a whiskey one might work. I've never had one, to be honest.
I mean, julep doesn't really. I I don't think. I think it's an entirely different family. It's
Oh
just a big
yes,
glass of
for
whiskey.
sure.
It's not like
I
the
mean,
sprig of mint in it. It's
there, there was
you're
one year I
shocked. It looks like
decided
the
to
Southern
celebrate the
Belle,
first
like sipping my mint julep, right? And then you find out what it is. Like,
like
holy
grandma's
shit,
hammered.
right? You were gonna tell a story.
Oh no, there's just one year I decided to celebrate the Derby with having a julep, and whew, it goes down smooth because you just add sugar and the mint kind of hits your nose before the whiskey does. Um, but good lord,
Yeah,
like three of those later, and you're like, oh, I can't feel my feet.
I go bed now. Is the
Mhm.
race over?
Oh yeah, how would you make a twist on a Collins?
To me, it seems real simple to
Huh.
make a juniper simple and use that to basically make your lemonade.
Mm.
Use a juniper simple, lemon juice, and club soda. And you
Mhm.
could probably just do uh, half to one, like of the simple, because the simple's concentrated sugar. Like for a good
Mhm.
lemonade, a cup of sugar and a cup of lemon juice makes a great lemonade, and a
Yeah,
cup of water. Where no, about a
usually,
quart of water,
yeah.
I want to say, right? But you're adding club soda and in this instance to basically be the water in your sparkling lemonade.
Mhm.
So probably half as much juniper simple as your lemon juice, and then fill it with club soda to the concentration you want for a nice, refreshing, non-alcoholic Tom Collins.
Yeah, and to be honest, like the same would work if you're just gonna do an alcoholic version, is to do an infused simple of some kind, or get a flavored soda water, and just put like a little extra freshness in it.
Man, if they made juniper soda water, I would be all over that.
First thought I was like, yeah, no, if I can get a juniper a tonic water,
Yeah, that too.
that would probably be like my new beverage of like, no, I don't need a Coke or anything. I just would like
Yeah,
my non-alcoholic gin and tonic soda.
basically. I mean, you could of course buy an NA gin and go that way.
That's true.
Um, but for any of these, it's sparkly lemonade. Matter of fact, there's a great Italian sparkling lemonade that Aldi carries. They don't always have it,
Hmm.
but we buy that on the regular. As weird as it is, because I mean, I can just use some club soda and lemons and juice and sugar and make it. Um, I get a bottle of that on the regular. It comes with one of those wire flip tops
Oh
with the
yeah, the
corky thing,
cages. Yeah.
and um I get it, and then I keep those bottles, and then I etch them, and that's what I put simples in and stuff and shrubs. And
Mm.
I'm glad I said that out loud because I have a basil strawberry maceration I need to strain today. I don't know if I'm going to do a shrub or just turn it into a simple, but it's going to be amazing. Like, yeah. like local fresh strawberries, but they weren't eaten quick enough, and then basil that I grew. So yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Nice. So, are there any fun facts that you came across as we were learning
Okay.
about the Collinses?
There's a couple of things. So, one was a rhyme that was written by Frank and Charles Sheridan about John Collins. Like, as far as documentation about this head waiter who invented this drink, is the actual only documentation anybody can find about him existing is that this poem was written about him by these guys, uh,
Hmm.
which Piano Man starts to play in my head. Um, it's like, my name is John Collins, head waiter at Limmer's, corner of Conduit Street, Hanover Square. My chief occupation is filling brimmers for all the young gentlemen frequenters there.
So it's limerick.
Oh,
It's a limerick without the ending punchline.
yeah. Well, I mean, depends on your point of view. Because apparently
Yeah.
he's only mixing drinks for the dudes that are writing poems about him.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Oh.
hmm, frequenters meant something different back then. Um, so there was an account. I loved this because, like, I love the old timey language, right? It was like 1874. Uh, in the Gettysburg Compiler, there's an account of how the Tom Collins joke was played.
Hmm.
He is talking about you in a very rough manner, calling you hard names, and altogether saying things about you that are rather calculated to induce people to believe there's nothing you wouldn't steal short of a red hot stove. And then that would make people so mad they had to run over there and try to find John Collins or Tom Collins for revenge. Uh, yeah,
I appreciate that there was a point in time where that was the kind of language that would incite someone to violence.
right?
Because if someone said that to me now, I'd be like, "What is going on?"
I love it though. Like I love it so much.
It's
Like this is
descriptive. Like,
back in yes. And, like, back in the early '80s, when I was pre-internet on bulletin board systems, and we have, like, a war board, right?
Mhm.
And, this was a way that I wish still existed. Like, we need this on the internet when people are just devolving everything into a stupid argument and insults and non sequiturs, and just, ugh. And we would just say, "Okay, you go to the take this to the war board." And then the mods, we could keep an eye on it, like, and I had rules because, like, you don't devolve into just your mama, right?
I would say, yeah, Will, you're stupid.
Yeah,
That kind of stuff.
like, make it a challenge, be creative, like, you're as tasteful as a peanut butter and tuna fish sandwich that's been in the sun all day, right? Like, get creative with your insults, and you could determine a winner, and, like, that's how arguments should be had. And so, like, seeing this, like, inducing people to believe there's nothing you wouldn't steal short of a red hot stove. Like, ah, people should still argue that way. You would be so forced to think about what you're saying. It would have the effect of, like, the what I tell my children, like, you're gonna spout off, pretend you have, like, an egg in your mouth, and you have to, like, take it out, right? Like, give yourself a moment to think before you speak. And if we were coming up with more creative insults, we might decide it's not worth it, move on a little bit more.
Yeah.
I love that it was a newspaper story.
No, the prank. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I it also speaks to the fact that humans have been doing this weird kind of trolley stuff forever. And like I oh gosh, what was the most recent trend? 6, 7. Uh this is so when that came out, there was people talking about like, yeah, but remember like before the internet when we were kids and like this whatever weird thing we were doing in school, and they said it in a kind of refreshed my brain really quickly and went, "Oh yeah, we did do that weird trendy thing," and they talked about it on the news because like kids are doing this, whatever.
That's not new. We're
So
just, don't
even
shake your fist. And
100 years, over 100 years before that, people were
we just got to, get off my lawn age and forget
yeah,
that we were young once.
right. And it's fun to just do that all culturally encompassing trend of whatever's just making you giggle.
Yeah,
Do it. So
just do it. But if it were true, and regardless of how it evolved, whether it was the guy that made the drink, and there's a couple other stories about out there, um, or somebody sparkly lemonade and booze is not super intensely creative. Uh, Maybe we should come up with a drink and then make a story around it. Like the idea that this bartender just heard
hmm,
that gag and ran with it. Like, hmm. Like you could spread a rumor and have people running in and asking for someone and then just give them the drink. It's kind of a cool strategy. I'm surprised we don't see more of. Why haven't people continued to play this prank? It's been a couple hundred years, man. Get on it.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like, well, bartenders do get frustrated when you walk into a bar and you like name a cocktail that they've never heard of, and you're like, "Can you make me a blah blah blah?" It's like, oh god, did you try looking at the menu at all?
Right.
But I
But you'd
do
have to start it with like a bartender in the know
right.
and getting people to ask for like a person, which that's got to be annoying too, right? If somebody like, "Hey, have you seen Jake?" and you don't know every fucking
Jake.
customer's name until you cash them out, maybe, right? Like,
Right.
but the people do walk in and think the bartender knows everything about everyone in the joint, and that's not true in all bars. Um, I feel like we could
Yeah.
resolve this or
But yeah,
revive this
if
idea.
you could get a couple bars to like to be in on the joke.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
give them the recipe and say, "Hey, we're gonna pull this prank." Like do it during. I would do it we have a Friday after 5 concert series here in town, and then everybody goes to the bars afterward. Well, not everybody. A lot of people go home because old, but the bars get a pretty decent rush afterward, and it would be fun to like talk to Marty's and Delaney's and like the places right there downtown that do cocktails and say, "Hey, I'm gonna try this idea, and here's what you can do if they come in and ask," and then get a couple co-conspirators to tell people this lie.
Yeah. I do like that.
I don't know if I could do it. I'm really bad at lying. I can't lie. I'm so bad. I like, yeah. Somebody would have to be able to. I mean, even though if you know it's a prank, I don't know.
Hmm.
This would be our next project, right?
Right. Right.
let's
Like how
let's come
how
up
would
with the
we
drink, and then we'll come up with the story.
yeah. Oh, interesting.
Let some local news person know that this is happening. You'd have to try it a few times.
Yeah. Why? Because I think, but I like your idea of like being that after hours or after concert place. Like if it's a couple bars like like on a strip. So like I'm thinking like the town I live in, there's like a little like a small downtown, like a couple
Yeah,
blocks. So there's like the one street that has most of the bars on it. So you like hit up one of those kind of streets, so you can get a couple bars that are near each other, near enough that it kind of causes like a local um upswell
uh huh.
of it catching on, and then yeah,
Okay,
but hmm.
so the most important thing is we have to come up with a modern version of this thing about being talking about you in a very rough manner. Let's do it in full on Zennial fleet speak.
Oh no! All right, okay. No, I I need Google Translate to adjust the language for me.
I have kids in their 20s,
Right? Yeah, it's true. I just
and you have a younger kid. We
started
we
the
can figure this
internship
out.
program at work, so all them are like 21,
Yeah.
22.
Tell them, like, here's your theoretical. How would you
How'd you
insult
say
someone
this?
in order to get them to go looking for someone who's talking bad about them, and see what they come up with.
Right.
Oh,
Hmm.
so if we ever get this cocktail, when we get this cocktail book published, we'll have a story to put in there too, along with the story of. I think we need to put in the story of how we met, like our whole ANTP origin, and
Hmm.
cheers to brewing. Give it its due.
You tried to pick a fight with me at a bar. I think that's what, that's how we
Are we gonna call the drink the Sean Wyland?
met.
That would be amazing. That would be an amazing way to get your name on a drink.
That's sad because like I've made up drinks that have ended up on menus. Never named one after myself.
Here we go.
The Sean Island, aka the Irish Goodbye.
Anyway, excuse me.
Oh no.
Again, frogs in my throat. Folks, please chime in by emailing us at tippletheory@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you and your best insults. Go ahead. And don't forget to like, follow, and review us on the listening platform of your choice. Our next episode, we'll be talking about the Ramos Gin Fizz. That was such a
Please check out patreon.com/Tipple Theory today, where you can become a supporter and get access to video of our cocktail of the week being made and other behind-the-scenes goodies. Thank you to Scott Gesser for writing our theme music that you're listening to right now. You can find him and links to his music at scottgesser.weebly.com. Nice.
Nice.